What is going on, guys? My name is Ty. I have Sarah here with me, and I have Kyle with me, and we are the Weekend Warriors Disc Golf Podcast. Welcome, welcome. It has been a week already, and I'm very excited to be live with you guys again on Tuesday, and got a lot to talk about. Got some good little catching up with you guys. Obviously, we're still doing this style format, almost done, and hopefully next week we could launch the new style of video that we want to do, and then also kind of go on from that. And pretty much what we have today in store is talking about this coming up week's tournament, and then also go through that. And we have a also nice little surprise for you guys. What we're going to be doing is build Rodney's bag as a beginner and seeing how that is. And we'll go on from there. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Before we do anything, we obviously have an ad read from Gravity Disc Golf. So Gravity Disc Golf exists to exceed your out of this world expectation with unparalleled custom design, disc and apparel. Gravity is creating an atmosphere where disc golfers can enjoy every aspect of disc golf while blasting off with space-themed design. No matter what you throw, Gravity has designs on almost every manufacturer. It can make your game look great. They offer free shipping on orders over $75, and John includes a nice note to each customer. Make sure you check them out. Have gravitydiscgolf.com to complete your bag, and let me tell you, they're out of this world. Um, Definitely use code KG 10 to support Kyle, or Ty DG10 to get 2% off your next order to support my stuff. Which obviously it's 10% off, so can't beat that. Definitely everything that we're probably going to be saying today most likely will be on that site. So if there is a disc that we talk about while we're building Ronnie's bag, maybe you want to grab it for yourself. So you definitely check gravitydiscgolf.com first to see if it is there. If not, then it is what it is. But other than that, Kyle, what is up? How are you doing?
Not too bad. Um, Dealing with a little asthma. I cleaned out my attic. We haven't really gone through it or anything for the past since we moved in the house in 2018. So there's been old clothes sitting in there, a box, everything. Now you can walk in and there's plastic containers once you walk in all the way around with like decorations, hangers, all of our daughter's homework stuff, like schoolwork stuff in containers. Everything's plastic containers and everything else, but a lot of cardboard, a lot of dust. So I'm feeling it now, but it's done and it felt good. I did find all my old paintball and stuff, except for I don't have any more paintball guns, but I did find all my paintball gear. And I was like, oh, look at this stuff. But now I'm all into disc golf, and that's why we're here. And that's what we always talk about.
Dang.
We have about 3 more weeks of league left. Before we then October 20th, we will have our banquet, our
Nice.
end of year party for anybody that's gone at either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday night leagues. We'll have that on October 20th, and that's always a good time. Food afterwards, and then of course prizes. You get a raffle ticket for every single time you show up to any of those leagues. So plenty of chances to win a bunch of nice prizes and everything else.
How much
I
is it for
decided
your
to
your weekly thing?
it's $10 across the board.
Nice.
So um Mondays is 10, Wednesdays is 10, and then ours on Fridays there's 10. And basically $2 out of all the entry fees goes to the end of the year envelope.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
And that's what builds up to the end of your party, the prizes and everything else.
Cool.
So yeah, we got that going on. Super excited about that. I posted a video I haven't posted in a while on Instagram. I mean, I do clips here and there, pictures here and there, but can't find my orange renegade. Took it out there, threw it a little bit.
I was gonna
So
ask.
not well. Actually, I did a thing where I filmed going from hole number 2 to hole number 10, how many shots it would take, and then from hole number 11's tee pad all the way by that barn on the other side by hole 10's basket to hole number one to see how many. Well, earlier, as you saw in the Instagram post, if anybody wants to watch it, had a super nice turnover shot, landed really nice. Second one, I slipped a little bit and went all whack, and it just went whoop, boom, it just it hyzered out, and I can't find it. It's in those weeds on the side of the ditch there. As you all know, you've been through there. They burned it a while ago, but now it's just huge grass
Yeah, it has
weeds
to
that are
wait
like
for.
massive. So now I'm it's orange. You feel like it would be easy to spot right now because everything's still green, but I can't find it. It's this so thick and tall right now over there. But missing that, so I'll have that posted out. But yeah, I did film doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was a
And
recent
yeah, I
activity
haven't
you did.
posted anything about it or anything, but played disc golf over the weekend. Though it was a nice 3 day. I had Sunday, Monday, and then today off. Today, I didn't play today, but yesterday morning I went out and played, and then Sunday I played a little bit, but that's when I started the attic. Met
Mhm.
with Josh and a couple of them. Played at least through 7 holes, just till Molly got home, and then I, of course, Friday night. So
Mhm.
yeah, lost the disc. Haven't done that in a long time.
I'm excited to see that though, because you've been talking about that video for a minute now.
Yeah. Oh, I also found out my rollers are getting better. I'm actually throwing rollers. Still can't get the complete distance, but like hole number 8 on like league nights, I've been throwing for the second shot a roller,
Oh,
and it's been
really?
working out really nice. Gives myself a long, long bid for a birdie, but it still gets up there. So yeah, learning the roller.
And what a time to like practice it, you know, because it matters, but it doesn't fully matter because it's not a competition, but you're playing for something instead of it just being like you just going out and recording yourself. Like it's like, okay, I want to do good, but like so let's put a little pressure on it and try it.
Yeah, well, obviously you're with your teammate and you're trying to win whatever we have for the payout, but it's not really a big deal. It's all fun and games, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just a time to hang out with people, get newer players to come out and play and everything else, and that's always what it's ends up being, and you know, very enjoyable.
Mhm.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of traveling coming up for me. So sadly, I don't think there's going to be much disc golf personally for myself. I do want to get out on the course and just like play because I haven't played, I don't think, in a minute since the last. I think the week after our vacation when I did that one tournament, and after that, I haven't played since. Um, but I do want to play at the Chains Dragon. I've been kind of itching to play a game there, and then
It's starting to cool off more in the
yeah,
mornings. You know, it's not 100 degrees right off the bat, so
yeah,
it'll be more
Oh,
enjoyable.
and there's
very
actually
much
a
more
couple.
enjoyable.
There's a couple courses popping up kind of in the obviously Kyle, you don't know where those locations are, but kind of in the Niceville area and then
Yeah.
like for Walton area, there's a couple that are popping up, which obviously are still 45-minute drives, but there's more courses popping up randomly. And so I don't know what the thoughts are here, but I'm assuming because there are a lot of professional pull in Pensacola that I'm wanting to know like we're getting kind of more courses because of the notice in Pensacola that's happening
I
recently.
believe 100% that and
And we have Fly
pros.
Factory in
Yeah.
Pensacola.
Yeah. They
Right.
they want more courses for them to be able to practice on and
Yeah.
play, or the one course is getting more crowded because of pros there, so it's like, oh, here's a course not
Hmm.
that far away.
Yeah, I don't really know, but that's what I've noticed. And so I definitely want to kind of do stuff like that. There are some tournaments that I would like to do for like the remainder of the year, but we'll see. I just know that already they dropped the beginning like 2025 tournaments, and those are the ones that I play. That of course, like the Bay County one, they already dropped the dates for that, and then they have the Panama City Championship at the beginning of the year instead of the middle because they said because it was so hot and
It
people were DNFing that they were like we're gonna try to do it at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
Makes
So
sense.
I've already got the invitation for that. So pretty excited for that. But it seems like a lot of them are going to be in January, February, March. I think because that is a golf course style
Yeah.
uh course. I think they really are trying to keep it more in the cooler weather and not because that was like I said, that one tournament got canceled 3 times
Hmm.
because of hurricane season, raining season, and like of course heat. So but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I it seems like a lot of the tournaments in Florida, obviously they'll have the quote unquote beat the heat tournaments, but a lot of them I'm realizing for next year, they're gonna be heavily at the beginning of the year and heavily at the ending
The
of the
end.
year.
Hmm.
That's what I've noticed. So guess I'm gonna go in the Midwest to play some summer disc golf tournament.
It gets hot even up here, so
Yeah,
Yes.
I know, but that's what it
I mean, it's
fertilizes.
still super sticky down there and everything's wet, but
Hmm.
it's
You know,
the heat
I,
comes and it hits and it hits.
Like we're to the point where we are now a part of the Florida where it's the umbrella game that we need an umbrella
yeah,
to block the sun
everyone's that's like the new trend now is everyone's carrying just umbrellas that still like block sun.
because it's so bad.
So that's the new trend down here. Um, but speaking about just the Midwest, I've been kind of towing the idea of like next year, um, when I'm gonna look for it, but there's a term I used to play called the Creep Core Open,
Hmm.
Mm.
and I might try to go up there next year, and play it because I haven't played it obviously for 2 years now, but it'd
Well,
just be kind of interesting to see like how I actually play that course now, and is it actually as difficult as it was when I played it? Because
now you play a golf
back
course,
then,
like
well, back then I obviously was beginners, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of knew my lines, but I mean, like I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. But it would just be interesting to see like, A, is that course actually as difficult as it is, and B, have I like hit my skill level? Like, is it even remotely the same or not? So it'd be kind of cool. And also it'd be cool to see some really old faces I haven't seen in a
mhm.
minute.
Hmm.
And I think that would be kind of cool. So I've been kind of towing that idea. Also, I get to go home and
Yeah,
see my
that's what I was
fam.
gonna say. Vacation might be in the Midwest this coming year, Mom was talking about. And the tournament usually was in July. So it could be a situation that we can stop in Missouri if it's that same and then head to up
Yeah,
north.
it always was between like July or August.
Yeah.
I don't fully remember, but I'll look for the dates. But yeah, it's just kind of my thought on like maybe I should. That's the main one I really wanted to do. Like other ones were just kind of like I was just kind of getting familiar. But my home course back then was technically Creep Core. It'd just be kind of
Mhm.
cool just to see, you know, how the difference. Like, it is are the holes any different? All that stuff. Plus I wouldn't miss it because that place always has wind, so it's my gameplay.
Welcome to the Midwest.
Yes.
It's right next to a lake,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's windy as always. So, all right, let's
Welcome
get
to the
into it.
Midwest.
Let's get right into this. So, yeah, let's get into this coming up weekend. What are our picks?
Okay, so it's going to be the 2024 Discraft Great Lakes Open presented by Garrett V. Verberg. Maybe. I'm so sorry if I completely butchered that. It's from September 5th through September 8th in Milford, Michigan. And I will have any mini money. I'll have Tyler do his MPO picks first.
Hold on. Sorry. I'm just trying to.
You failed me. Should I have
Yeah,
Kyle
I
go
know.
first?
No. Oh, how you said his name. I thought you meant like the Gary V.
No, it's Garrett J.
Yeah, no.
Verberg.
I heard Gary V and I was like, wait, is Gary V doing like a
No, no.
collab with disc golf? I was like, that's gonna be insane. Okay, never mind. That's why it threw me off because I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, so real fast, before I do my picks, obviously worlds you heard us say five. We don't do top five normally. We did that. I don't remember us really talking about that, but because it's worlds, what we do is we like to try to do double points. So we did like we did top five, I think. Top five or top six. I don't
It's
remember.
top
5.
five.
Top five. Okay. Normally we do top three. So
Which, real fast before we do our picks, should we do it for the last one? Should we do top five for the very
well,
last
that's
tournament?
the USDGC. So yeah, we normally do.
That's like a bracket challenge.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, we'll discuss that more. But yes,
Yeah.
Tyler is correct. We normally just do a top three for FPO and
Well, we
MPO.
could technically do that if we do the like a bracket style, like make our own
That's
bracket.
what they do. That's what they do each day. It's a put, they cut down the players.
More work
Well,
for Rodney.
no, we
But
will create it and then we'll just fill it out and then we just do whatever.
I
I'm
think they
down for the
already
bracket
have a
challenge.
on. I think they already have it on like
They
mine.
pre-made
You
it.
actually couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then that'd be
Yeah, that's what I'm
fun.
saying.
Okay.
Obviously, it doesn't happen till then. But go ahead.
But
Yes.
each one, yeah, we'll do points like that, and that's how we'll do the points, and I'll destroy you all. Okay. Anyways, FPO. You
No,
because you
no.
like FPO,
Yes.
right?
Yes. FPO.
Okay. First place I got Owen Scoggins. She just got done doing the A tier this week. I think she's gonna just play well. She was actually Kristen Tatar was actually playing with her. I just at this point, I just don't. I think her head is just somewhere else, which is totally fine. Like no stress at all on that. I think she's just trying to just play her game and just trying to figure things out. I think she'll start playing better when she gets to USDGC. But as of right now, though, I just don't see Tatar winning this. So I have Owen Scoggins for first place. I have Kristen Tatar in second, and then I have Holland Hanley in third place. I think Hanley is just kind of on a hot streak right now. I think she's figured out what she has, and I feel like the monkey could be off the back for her. Hopefully. So I think she's going to just be in her third place. So that's what I got.
Okay. And then go ahead, Kyle, with your FPO picks.
I did pick Tatar to win this one because I think now that we're past worlds, she played a little A tier. She's 3 weeks in from getting married and everything else, so she's ready. So
This is
I
a
have her
plus
coming in the
two.
first. That's why I have her winning.
This is a
It is
plus.
because it's a plus. So that's why I have her winning. And she didn't play this last year, so I I think she'll be fine though. And then I have Own coming in second because she did win it last year, but again, Tara and a lot of them were not here during that time. And then I have Holland Hanley coming in third. A little wake up call of, oh, okay, let me podium here, and especially in a plus event.
Yeah. And then for my FPL, I have Tatar. I just feel like, yeah, she hasn't been, I mean, she's still been playing great disc golf. I'm not discrediting anything, but there's like no pressure on her right now because she already like lost the big one, quote unquote, where I think she's just going to play her own golf with no pressure. And I feel like her own golf with no pressure is fantastic golf. So I have her in first. I have Own in second because it's Own. She won last year. She did great for the series that she just did, and she's due for a top three finish for a bigger tournament. And then I have, surprisingly, I never thought I would put her up here, but I have Cat Merch in the
Mm,
top.
wow.
Just the way that she showed out for Worlds really impressed me, and why not be on a hot streak to podium again? And she actually got third last year at this tournament. And I debated on putting Holland Hanley, but I'm just so nervous that the pressure from last or 2 weeks ago is going to be in her head. And so I was like, couldn't justify, even though it is a two, like a +2. So yeah, my order is Tatar, Own, and Cat Merch. And then go
Look
ahead,
at you
Tyler.
doing your
I
homework.
know it's the growth for me.
Wow.
I put her, I looked up the winners from last year. We're getting there.
You just really want to win this, huh?
I do. Kyle is beating me by a point, and we don't have a lot of the same people on our picks, so this is gonna be interesting.
Okay, so NPO, I just feel like this could be all over the place because I don't. When I was looking through the list, it seemed like it's not as a full field like normal. I think a lot of them are kind of just chilling, I guess. Maybe they're getting prepared for Deglo. I have no idea. But I don't know. It just didn't seem much people were playing. But with that being said, I do think Ricky might win this, even though it's technically a plus. I have Ricky winning. Um, Eagle's hot, and if he plays exactly what he did with Worlds, I almost put Eagle for first place, but I was just like, no, I don't know if I could. I can see him coming in a solid second, and then I don't know what is going on with this kid, but I think Nicholas Antala, he is definitely going to be at least in third place. I feel, or at least at the top five, because I don't know what, but this kid is just he's just been like up there and just keep creeping up there. So I have him in third. So
All right, go ahead,
Well,
Kyle.
with that being said, I have Ricky as winning as well. Just I don't know. It's Ricky. We know how that is. I'm feeling Ricky one week. I'm feeling Ricky. So I think Ricky's gonna take this one down.
To
I think
everyone
after
he
listening,
needs
Worlds,
to.
I
He needs to.
I didn't get the gist for putting Ricky in my top three. I'm missing something obviously because both Kyle
Well,
and Tyler have
it's the
Ricky
I
to win.
just
factor. It's a factor of he hasn't won one in so long. It's kind of like the typical like when you're playing roulette and it's like it hits red, it hits red, it hits red, it hits red. Well, eventually that mother effer is gonna hit black. So you're gonna it's gonna hit at one point. So right now
Mhm.
it hasn't been him, it hasn't been him, it hasn't been him, it hasn't been him. At some freaking point, it has to be Ricky. So this is me betting on black.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Well,
Exactly. So we're doubling down there. I have Ricky in first. He's due for a big win, and this would be a big one. It's a plus event. Being a plus event, it's hard to go against this guy because he's already won the last three of them.
Yeah, I agree
Can he
with that.
go 4 for 4? Gannonburr himself coming in at number 2. And then I have last year's big winner, Simon Lazat, coming in third. I don't know. I feel like this could be. He had a great showing too, coming out of Worlds, especially the last round. He was on fire.
Dude.
If he puts it all together, Simon is Simon. He's coming in at number 3.
Let's be honest. If he played like that all 5 rounds, he would be winning as opposed to Isaac Robinson on that.
yes. And then my MPO from looking up from last year and how he played, even though it was like hit and miss, but he was playing good golf. I have the one and only Simon taking it again for first. And then I have Calvin because Calvin showed up so good during Worlds. He showed up really well in this tournament last year. And he's just like we like to call him the robot. I feel like he's just going to show up really well. And then my third is Eagle. He has just been playing better and better. He made a post like we talked about uh last turn my words. He made a post that we talked about the last podcast of like he is finally putting pressure off of him and he is just playing his style of disc golf and it has been doing so much better. So my order is Simon, Kelvin, and Eagle. It was very hard for me to not put Burr up there because I've put Burr up there, I think, every single time we have anything. So hopefully I don't regret that. I probably will, but yes. Also, for people who don't know, would one of you guys like to explain what a +2 is?
No, you mean
Because
it. You mean
for per point.
The
Like,
Elite Plus event.
a League
mhm.
Plus event?
Yeah.
But Ty.
Do you want me to go for it? Yeah. So
It's
pretty much. Yeah. Okay. My
good.
bad. You could go. I'll let you
It's
talk
it's an
first.
amped up weekend tournament. Instead of, you
Yeah.
have your elite events and then your elite plus events. So instead of taking your elite events that are your majors that are 3, they upped
Yeah.
it the majors to 4 rounds of disc golf instead of the 3, giving it a little bit more of a
Yeah.
um, basically a little bit more of a name for itself, essentially. And you get some more points
You
if you
get
do
pretty
take down
much.
a 4 a 4 round event compared to a 3 round.
Yeah. And pretty much it's literally the factor of like what he was saying is it's just kind of more of like a notorious one. It kind of falls it right before like the whole playoff situation, but you have the technically the a DGPT Elite and then you have DGPT Elite Plus where it's just that extra step of like it's more points, there's more on the line type of situation. There's probably going to be a higher purse. And it's mainly just like of tour points for them to potentially get into, there's certain things. And also a lot of people don't fully know is like these bigger ones, if you are a person that it may not, are newer to the field or kind of are on more of the bottom area, like if you play well, you could actually technically qualify or win your tour card. So basically, to be a professional in this like group, you have to actually supposed to qualify for your tour card. So it gives you that opportunity to do it, which a lot of the times I don't know where the fault line is, but it definitely gives you that as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's
And because you need a certain amount of points to be able to even play the final um tournament, correct?
Yeah. So basically, like,
yeah.
yeah, you got to be in the top. You only was it 30? The 30 something people invited?
Yeah, I think so. Like 30 or 40 people. I don't know the
38, yeah,
actual
about
number.
40, maybe it's 40 get to the actual championship. And that's why previously, like, elite events were 100 points, but now elite plus points are 125 points. So you get an additional 25 points. When playoffs start, you get 150. That's for winning, of course.
Mhm.
When playoffs start, if you win, that's 150 points.
Mm.
And then just a pro major is, of course, 200 points. So worlds and stuff like that
Mhm.
is 200 points. Those are the big ones. But you're all fighting for a playoff spot,
Yeah,
and you're
because
fighting to get into that championship. So that
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
that's where it's all going towards.
because
So I'm sorry.
newer players, you will see them if you do follow like disc golf like we do. They will be in every tournament if they can because they need the points. But then like
Mm.
higher up um players, like for example, I will just say Kristen Char. She took from an injury, she took off, getting married, she took off half of like she didn't start until later in the year because she has so much points that she's already qualified for this end of the playoff for this year where she has the flexibility to be able to take off, unlike a younger player that's just starting out. Like they have to hit the ground running and try to get as many points as they can to be able to qualify
Mm.
to be a part of it. So that when we talk about like, oh, they're taking a break for this and this and this, it's because they're not stressed as much for points as the players that are at every single tournament.
Yeah, and
So
there's 4 majors that are worth 200 points for the wins. There's 4 elite pluses, which
yeah,
is 125 points, and then the rest of them are worth 100 points. So you get to
yeah.
pick and choose kind of too when you need a breaks and when you don't, you can't take a break and everything else. So
So I looked it up, just like kind of like everything. So that's how we get actual like legitimate, things on it. Because like we just keep seeing points, how many points actually are there for these things, and then also I do actually have a standing rare for it too. But um, I'm gonna live on this for a little bit, and then we could move on to the next thing. But just to kind of just to show the difference of like why these events are more important. So this is obviously a plus event. So the DGPT and the DGPT plus events with 16 points eligible standard disc golf pro tour events this year, a win of a base level, so like a base level of a disc golf pro tour event awards 100 points. There are also 4 Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus. That's what we've been talking about, the DGPT Plus, which is this coming up weekend. There's 4 of them each year, events that are offer increased points values with a winning earning of 125 points. So you could win an extra 25 points if you actually win. Competitors can count their best 10 finishes out of the 20 combined events in the year towards their standing over the course of all season. All in all, there are a maximum of 1,100 points available between Disc Golf Pro Tour and Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus events this year. So playoffs events, 2 playoff events provide an average greater opportunity for points accumulation with a win worth 150 points. Participants retain both of their finishes for a maximum of 300 points available at the playoffs. And then the PDGA Pro Majors for FPO, 4 PDGA Pro Majors are eligible to award points with a win worth 200 points. Competitors count their best 2 finishes out of the 4 events, contributing to the maximum of 400 points. For NPO, it's 3 PDGA majors, pro majors are eligible to award points with the best 2 finishes out of the 3 events, counting towards the maximum of 400 points. And so as of right now, for FPO, you have Evelina in first place right now with 778.63 points. Following her in second place, you got Kristen Tatar for 743 points. And then for Owen Scoggins, you have third place, 731.75 points. And then for NPO, you got first place, you got Anthony Barella sitting at 637.88. Gannon Burns second place with 632.08. And then Ricky Basaki at 497.50. So
it's weird because I'm on the Pro Tour standings and mine is different.
oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm on the official
'Cause-
Pro Tour page.
yeah, so mine shows Gannon Burr in first with 1,228 points.
That's what I was gonna assume it was gonna be Burr.
Which makes sense because he has 4.
Well, this is just says Disc Golf Pro Tour points. I don't know.
Though I did it is I was close. It is 32 players
for
that MPO players that get to the championship.
And there's over like 200 and something of them.
And there is the top 20 in the FPO that get to come. So to give an example, some people are on the bubble. So Makala is currently in 32nd at 390 points. Callaway is at 390, and Paul Ulibarri at 30th is at 400. Luke Taylor, 29th at 401. Emerson Keith at 409. That's in 28th. So right outside of the cut line right now, Ezra Aderholm is sitting at 384 points. So he is 6 points out of that last spot. Jake Hebenheimer, it's 374 points. Matt Bell sitting at 370. Bradley Williams is at 364. And at 37th, Eagle McMahon is at 342. So Eagle is about 15 points, not quite 15 points out of the standings right now, or 37 points out of the standings right now. So he's right on the bubble.
So he needs to play.
This is why it's definitely a big thing right now. And then on the FPO side, Missy Gannon's in first, Howard Hanley second, Owen is in third. Is on what shows on mine, but only the top 20 go. And Stacy Kiefer is at 560 and 20th. Ellie Ezra is at 550, so she's 10 behind right now. Hannah is at 530. Stacy Riley is in 24th at 487, so she's barely outside of the bubble. Jessica Weiss, which she was a name for a while that we would always see there.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia's outside of the cut line. Allie Smith's outside of the cut line. So there's some players down here towards the bottom that you used to being at the top, but there's so many young players, FPO, MPO players, or uh European
Yes.
players, and then the FPO players. You have a lot of the young ones coming up
Mm-hmm.
that are making names. Of course, you have like Silva in here and easily up here in the top 15. She's sitting at 12th. Dean is up here at 11. So there's a lot of people that have really shown up this year. That some of these the bigger names that you're used to seeing up there has fallen
Aren't.
quite a ways back. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, because I was talking about it and I was like, wait, I don't know if I fully know what a +2 event is. So that helped.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think that's it for this coming up tournament.
Perfect. All right. So my thoughts was obviously like I said, we want to try to keep this as a amateur podcast as well, and like bringing in like helping awareness and stuff like that. And I know Kyle and I have actually talked about this before in multiple of our podcasts, but we talked about how I don't know why my camera's not like focusing, but basically we talked about how at the beginning when him and I played, we just would spend money on random disc because we were just trying to figure out things out, and like we didn't really have a direction. I mean, obviously we would watch the typical like what are the best drivers, what are the best putters, but like a lot of them obviously they were heavily those people were heavily sponsored, so obviously they're going to point you in a direction to help them out with their sponsorship, or some of them just it was more on the factor of like a professional line or whatever. And it was definitely difficult to find good bags because I mean like there was times where I don't know I don't know if you had the same thing that I did, but like I remember buying a destroyer because I thought it looked cool. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be great for my bag, and then it like went like 80 feet because I can't throw that. That was obviously at the beginning of like my disc golf career. And so I was like, oh, this isn't, I can't throw this disc. And then there's, been several other discs that I thought I could throw and I could not. And so my thoughts were with our not expertise, but now with our knowledge of disc golf, for Kyle and myself, I was thinking we could build Sarah's, aka Rodney's bag, as if she starts tomorrow. And just kind of a good bag for her as a beginner. Not only she is female, so like we wanted to like pick a bag or be able to create something that is friendly for her where she won't feel discouraged if she grabbed this bag and picked. And you never know, maybe we could make this bag come to life and have her try it out and make a video out of it. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But as of right now, though, I do actually have a site that we're going to be using. It's called flightcharts.dgputtheads.com/mybag. I'll put it in the description when we upload this video. But yeah, this basically it gives you an opportunity to build a bag. It looks like it kind of lays out exactly what it is of like stable or overstable or understable. And then it also has a flight pattern too, like if we want to like look at the flight pattern and stuff. But yeah, I was thinking maybe we could do, I think what What do you think, Kyle? Like maybe 10 disc, 10, 12 disc? I think that's a sweet spot for normal people. Or do you want to do
Yeah,
like maybe like 8? I think like 10, I think would be good. I think.
You just have
that
to
could work.
expect that I will probably throw something out of bounds or in a water or something. So you have to
One
put that in mind.
one putter, one I'm thinking like one putter, one putt approach, mid, couple mid options, fairway options. Yeah, so about like 10 or 12. I think will probably be the sweet spot. I mean, obviously we'll kind of go through it. Let me pop this up for us and then we kind of go start. Make sure that you guys could see this. Um
Oh, fancy.
I know. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay. Well, that's one way of doing that, but we'll just do it like this though. Okay. So real fast. Hopefully we can see this. We have, you guys can see the chart, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty. All right. So let's start this. So, Kyle, what do you think? What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with like maybe? Well, first off, let's ask a couple questions to um to Sarah real fast. What are potentially some manufacturers that you may like?
Um, I would say probably I like the feeling of like the glitch and stuff. So MVP. Um, I like Discmania, and I would have to say probably Discraft because I feel like Discraft has a wider range of disc options. Um, so I'm gonna say those three, even though I think isn't it Innova that has like the beginner pack?
And so does Trilogy,
Yeah,
which is
there's
your
a
Well,
dynamic lens
okay,
too.
so we're gonna build my bag as a mixed bag, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The only one that I know I do like is I know I when I've practiced putting and stuff, I've always used Tyler's Luna. I mean, he had a stack, but I always liked the Luna. And then I do like the feel of the um the glitch. Other than that, it is open game.
Okay, we're gonna take some notes real fast. Okay. Um, trying to think here. Okay. So I think what we could do is we could start off with the putting and also the I don't think it's gonna give me. I just realized that I don't know if it's gonna actually give me the glitch because it's a one speed and it's not showing
Which
an
that is
actual one
okay.
speed. But I do think the glitch is perfect for your bag.
Here.
Hold on, let me bring it back.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah, this screen disappear.
No, yeah, I switched it back because I
Mm.
realized we can't really see ourselves when we talk, and we're just in
That's
a
okay.
small corner. So I was just kind of popping back and forth. So I definitely think starting you off with a glitch is perfect. Would you say that as a Kyle?
It's
So
a
what one
frisbee.
speed? Yeah, it's a frisbee, pretty much. It's a
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
To me personally, you can't mess that up. That's literally thrown like a frisbee. Um, I do know that the glide is definitely better than like a berg. Berg is going to just die out. You need a nice pump for that. I don't think a berg is going to be good for you, especially for like a newer beginner. Um, That's just because of just I'm thinking power. So like as a glitch though, I think the glide is going to be enough for you to be able to just throw because it's literally like a frisbee. I don't think that'll be like your putter. I think that'll be a nice like putt and approach where you're a good, several feet out, maybe like circle two and out, and for you to just throw to upshot it. So let's see. That actually doesn't put it. Yeah, I figured. Let me see if
And
I add. Yep, nope, it added. Sweet. So we have your first disc. And then
you might
Yeah.
as well put the
obviously,
Lunas in there for her putters. That's what she says. That feels the best for putting. And putters are just about feel, anyways.
yeah.
If that's what she putted with
And
and feels most comfortable with, you might as well.
here is the fade for um
What's it look like when you click on slower?
what's up?
On the bottom there, what's it when you click on slower?
Slower. It's probably
Mhm.
just slower. So it you're hitting maybe like the max distance of like what would you think like 220, 230?
And then I believe when I throw, I do throw with my left hand instead of
That
right
doesn't
hand.
okay. I mean,
Okay,
you'll
I didn't
get
know.
it's more of a little you get a kind of little what hyzer. Very slight hyzer. It's not fully sure. But yeah, there you go. I'll just keep everything left-handed for you. So yeah, so that's kind of what it'll look like. I mean, realistically, this is obviously just a given situation. But obviously you can manipulate the flight pattern on your own, but I think that's a really good disc for you for that. Okay, so now you said you want to putt potentially with Lunas.
Yes, because that's your main putter, and that's what I usually grab to practice
And
putt.
now I do have videos of you putting and you out of the ones that you would grab out of mine when you're just having fun, you did actually make more with the Luna, which
And that could be because it's the most beaten in, but
yeah, but this is what it would look like in a way. Um, what it should look like, kind of throwing it, but yeah, that is a 3 speed. It's mm, technically more overstable, but um,
Really? They changed the numbers.
huh?
They just recently changed the numbers on Luna because they were never overstable.
No, yeah,
Those things would flip so much, but parting it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
So
I mean, like you don't really okay, fine. You don't really see the actual flight pattern unless you're throwing it, farther. Like there's times when I would, you know, do an upshot full with it. Like obviously it, yeah, it makes it happen. But yeah, I think that's gonna be. I think it's good for kind of like her putters and putt approach. Unless there's another one that you may think that would work for her favor.
not really.
Okay. All right. So let's try to find some things for her mid ranges. So I have potentially some ideas, but I don't know what you think maybe would be good for her.
A
Um,
pearl. Latitude 64 pearl.
Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
and then what is that disc? And
It
uh,
is a mid range. It is lighter weight,
mm,
and it is understable.
Yep.
It's a 4640, I believe. It's one of
Yeah.
those very, very
Negative
good
four
beginner
zero.
disc. Yeah. Because if you're turning that, then you know, okay, maybe I should get something else.
I would
that's
definitely. I'm trying to think here. Um, I would give her a lightweight buzz for a stable one. That's discraft. This
That
will be a
buzzes are
this will be a good just like basic one because that's what it looked like for you. So it's a nice like kind of go to just easy.
Yeah, are these good for somebody that doesn't have like a strong like arm?
the pro is very good for that. I know
Okay.
buzz should
Mm,
it'll be end up being a little bit more overstable. So
yeah.
Okay.
This was kind of be like this is a good disc. The buzz would be good disc where like at the beginning it'd be a little bit weird for you, but then but once you kind of beat it in, you kind of feel it. It might go a little bit more stable than normal. But as of right now, though, like if you threw it, it would probably be a little more of a beefier disc, but it's not as
Mhm.
beefy.
then you can always get the SS buzz if you need to, which is your understable buzz. Or if
Yeah.
you want, just go over and get in Mako, Innova, Mako. That's if you want to fix your form, throw that thing. Because if you're not the form isn't correct, that thing's gonna fly
Mm-hmm.
weird.
That's a good note for
It's a very
anybody.
beginner disc, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, I would say a passion too. That's fairway driver, but I'm just gonna just throw it in right now because I feel like it's definitely like the lightweight ones. I feel would be a good for you for just like a nice like 8 speed. That's a good beginner's disc. Um, let's see here. Are you? Do you think she's good for the mid ranges, or do we think we'd do one more? Or I think that
If you want to put the Mako in there,
what was that?
if you want to throw a Mako in there,
A Mako. Yeah, that is technically beginners. That's cast. You just Mako or yeah, Mako.
Mhm.
Let's throw that in there. And this is what Mako is, which is pretty identical. It's
it's
pretty
dead
nice straight.
straight. Yeah,
Which that would
if you
help with
don't
my
throw it
form because
properly,
I do
yeah.
not. I know Tyler's
Um,
like, throw it like this, and it would go the opposite way. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing because
yeah.
it's the grip of disc golf is different than in my for me at least. The grip for a regular disc compared to the grip for a disc golf disc is weird for me. So that's what I have to
Mm-hmm.
learn.
Yep. And then yeah, I agree with that. Okay, some fairways. I think a passion, like I said, I threw it in there. Pretty dead straight. Um, I think it's gonna be a good, just kind of a good option for you to have. I was thinking
a diamond,
also, yeah, I was gonna say diamond, and I was gonna
a
say
leopard
probably,
three,
yeah, I was gonna literally
diamond,
just,
leopard three,
mm-hmm,
and even a discraft heat would be the best fairways to go with. They're all kind of understable.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then and we'll go through these two. And then what was the third one?
A heat,
Oh, I was thinking of heat and then
a diamond.
maybe what do you think of like maybe an escape too?
Mm,
Or would that be a
I
little
feel like an
too
escape is like that, like not quite beginner, but like that in between beginner and next stage.
mm-hmm.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
think of
Escape probably would work too. Get a Zeus in there, get a destroyer, a wraith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm a pro FBO
no,
player.
no.
Okay, and then what do those three discs?
So all of them are technically understable. um Heat is this is a really good like this is a lot, and so heat is definitely in a lot of beginner packages. Um a lot of people, a lot of pros actually, some still use a little
Great
bit more.
roller disc.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they definitely use it for a roller, to just and it's a nice turnover. My heat was like that until it started banging up and then couldn't do it anymore. um Diamond is a great beginner fairway driver that is could be insanely good for a lot of people. um you, your dad uses this. This is kind of like his go-to driving
The
disc.
diamond?
Yeah. Unless he switched, but he used to.
No, he still throws it with that. I actually have a max weight one I've been throwing.
I haven't touched a Leopard 3, but this is the Leopard 3.
They're
Uh,
GX Leopard threes and stuff it's the ones that come in the Innova starter packs.
The starter packs. Okay. Because I know we would always go to Dick's Sporting Goods and they always had the starter packs from Innova. So
mm,
that's good to know that that's in there.
this would be a kind of a good
Yeah.
thing for you to do.
Escape's not a bad idea. That's more straight. If
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
it'd be
Like
a
I feel
good
like
it'd be a good disc that if it's going straight, you know you know,
Throwing it properly.
yeah. It
mhm,
might fade a little bit towards the end. Fuse is always good. Now I'm thinking dynamic stuff.
yeah.
Latitude. A pure is
I
always
know
good, but
she
that
said
stuff
like
you don't have to get in there.
yeah, I know she
But
said like MVP and like all that, but it's just kind of
MVP, they have
difficult.
some good stuff. Um, but it is difficult with MVP too
Yeah.
because you do got to get a lot of spin in it. But like your uplink would
Hmm.
be probably a good one as an understable. Um, and honestly, like even like Latitude now has the zero gravity disc, so they're
Which
all super lightweight.
oh, okay.
Yeah, super good beginner disc.
Yeah.
The Jade is a
Oh.
really good. I now I'm thinking all trilogy stuff. They got a lot of good beginner stuff though. The Jade, the River.
I know this
Um,
is going to be a little bit difficult, but for like higher fairway drivers or even like a driver, do you know?
that's all they need.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There
trying to
is
think. Is
no
like,
there's no such thing as a good driver for
no,
somebody beginning.
absolutely, no. I know. I didn't know
Mm-mm.
if we could get her to throw whatever. Um, do you think a Grace is even too fast for her?
Yeah, Grace is way too. Yeah, Grace is more of the
Like it's different if I already had an
advanced.
arm and I just didn't know the technique, but I
Hmm.
don't have
Mhm.
the arm like at all for it. I can putt from a certain distance, but the driving part for me, I can't even imagine. Like Tyler's one will be like my four type of situation.
Mm,
So,
Like the 9 speedish is probably like the best option. Anything over that's like even a
yeah.
9 speed would be until that escape goes straight, nothing over that. Until the heat is going just right and not fading, nothing else. I mean, that's 10 disc right there.
yeah.
11 if you put two Lunas in there for two putters.
Is there any other putters?
To be honest,
I would.
honestly,
Yeah.
maybe a zone just to have that like
Yeah.
weird futility, like it's go straight left and not for like anything fancy or
Hmm.
Yeah.
but it's good to have in there for a beginner that like,
Mm.
oh, let me just throw it like this if you need it just to cut left on you. like just dead left.
Mhm.
Well,
But
a given for a lot of beginners, they normally turn to like Innova, which would
Well, I
be
mean,
an AVR.
if I didn't
maybe that's
know,
really good.
I would go to
Mhm.
Innova because, like I said, a lot of the stores have the Innova packs. If I was learning or going whatever, my go-to would have been to grab the Innova packages to
Yeah,
learn.
because most of
So,
those are gonna have AVRs for like a
mhm.
beginner putter.
I think they
Um
have the Shark, the AVR, and the DX Leopard is what their starter packs are.
oh, you know what? Speaking about that, because we are in the Innova realm, I think a T-Bird would be a good one for her, like a lighter T-Bird, like a T-Bird 3, or just even a T-Bird just in general. It's a nice little like beginner, like overstable.
Maybe like a DX one. I wouldn't go anything past a DX T-Bird though. DX is your base plastic. It'll beat in really fast.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think it's like $10 for those ones.
makes sense.
Yeah, because I think a Thunderbird might be too much. Because that's why
Yeah, no.
most of the time Thunderbirds, a lot of people say like the beginner version of that is like a T-Bird in a way. Um, that's the only problem is I knew that a lot of Innova was actually going to be in this mix because they have
It's
a lot of
beginner friendly.
it's very it really is actually. Um,
There's versions that everybody has good be like I can make you an entire trilogy bag based off of really good
yeah.
beginner disc. I can probably find Discraft and
And
Nova
then
is just the
well,
same thing.
Discraft just created the light line. So technically you could that is beginner friendly. So it gets them
You know
into
what's
like
funny though about the light disc, to be honest, is even though they say, "Oh, look, it's a light," like example, like we'll say, "Oh, here's a light force. You should be able to throw this." It's still overstable as can be. Like even for there were people comparing their max weight one versus their lightweight one. They basically were doing the same thing. The light one might have traveled maybe just a little bit more before it turned like faded
Mhm.
hard,
yeah.
but not much. It wasn't a whole big difference.
Oh
Friends.
yeah.
Well, in people's brains, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go for this one.
Just say overstable is overstable. Now, lightweight disc will affect more straighter and understable disc, I think, personally, than anything overstable. So when they're like, oh, it's a lightweight version of this, it's like it's still going to be beefy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, like, I can't really think of anything else. I don't want like to do the only problem is like for my bag, it's very heavily on the overstable disc. Because I like to do a hyzer line. So you're gonna get a lot of those like
Oh, you
oh,
also naturally release
I pull
Annie.
right. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Well, that's just your natural release. Everybody has a
Yeah.
natural release. So I've had a terrible habit of naturally releasing in the hyzer line, and it's annoying the heck out of me.
Well, yeah, I pull right a little bit more, and I've realized it. So that's why I build my bag with the more hyzer disc. So that's how I can still do my normal throw, but the disc will come back because that's the whole point. Because I know that I'm gonna be focusing more on the right. So yeah, and I have to just deal with that because I just know that's what I do.
That's what you do
Um,
naturally.
but I just there's no way of really like unless I'm sitting every single day working on it and trying to get out of it. It's just not. I'm not gonna be able to switch it. Sadly, it's
Hmm.
just how it is. So
So what you're saying is you don't have a lot of these discs, so I can't practice this. I have that. Yeah.
I have the Escape. It's not in my bag, but
Yeah, you have a lot of discs that are just in the
I
garage.
have the Escape, T-Bird, Buzz, Zone, Luna, Glitch. I used to have it Heat. I might still have that, but I think it's just too beaten in. We'll have to get a new one. Um, but a lot of these discs are less than $10 or like in the $12 range. Like these are not the 20, 30,
Yeah,
$40 ones. Though I think you could go without the passion personally. I think you could just skip that one. We just have it in the bag because I think it's a good one. I know a lot of people talk great for beginners for it and it flies well for them. But personally you will get like the diamond with his you could probably get better lines with that. So I'd rather you just stick with a diamond. So personally, I'm gonna actually just take that off. Um, but yeah, I mean, like personally, I would have to just get we would have to just get one, two, three, four discs, and three of them are Innova, in which they're like $10 a piece.
oh, that's not bad.
So, and I'm sure Gravity has like some on
Yeah, I was gonna
a deal
say.
or something. So, but yeah, no, but this is your bag. Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, obviously we could talk about it, but I think it'd be kind of cool building this bag and I will caddy for you and we take it to the change dragon and have you play around and
We can try.
we could take it slow.
But there's no choice but to take it slow. I cannot throw far. So,
No,
That's
um,
fine.
it's fine.
I see people out all the time playing disc golf here. That it's just they're out there when it's perfect.
Yeah.
yeah,
We
no,
could even
100%. So, like, I mean, like I said, like I like going and caddying, so it's not like I'm not interested. And I've sat in when Tyler's doing like practice putts, I'll just grab the disc and start putting. Um, and like I notice like certain things where I'm because I'm like watching him where I'm like, oh, this is a good super release spot or this and this and this. It's
mhm.
the whole drive part. I do not have the stance. I don't have like all that side of it. Um,
Well, technically Shane Dragon has a red tea pad, which is
the
closer.
beginner
So we could technically do
friendly.
that one.
That
So
could be a video series that Ty caddies for Rodney
and see Rodney
and
hopefully improve.
go start with the red ones, see what she can shoot, and
Yeah.
then once you feel like you're comfortable with the red, you move to the next one.
yeah. I mean, like I think that would be a great series. Like we could do the red ones. Like I'm not gonna put you on the white tea pads.
No, that would be terrifying. Every disc would be in the water.
I
There's no doubt.
think I think we could we could at least do the red ones because the red ones are not as far, but
hmm Yeah, I
and
mean, I'm
I
not
think that'd be
against it.
because like obviously all these personally you could go all out there with just like the five down and you'd be perfect. Honestly, you could probably just do a glitch challenge at that point and just throw the get glitch the whole time, to be
You have so
honest.
much confidence in my throw.
I have a lot of confidence in the glitch. That's
I mean, that's valid.
but yeah, no, this is your bag though. I think this is a great bag and I think we could create a cool video of you doing that. And like I said,
Yeah.
I'll just caddy it, but we'll just kind of go from the top. Um for your fairway drivers, we have um your dynamic disc escape, discraft heat, and then a latitude 64 diamond. Also we have the Innova T-Bird and Innova Leopard 3. And then for your mid ranges slash mid ranges, we got the Buzz, which like I said, that's probably gonna be really overstable for you, but even though it's supposed to fly straight, this one might be a little bit difficult. The Mako is gonna be a lot easier for you to throw. This is kind of like a when you needed to scramble or get around a tree or something like that. Definitely, we could probably get you throwing that. But anyways, um, Buzz, Mako, Zone, same thing. That's another like good like getting through trees and stuff if you need to. And then the Latitude 64 Pearl. And then for your putter, we have you with the Discraft Luna, which obviously you could use my Luna. Hello, Lily. And then making her debut. And then we also have the MVP glitch. So yeah, I think this will be fun. People who are watching, because there are some peeps. If you are wanting any of these, definitely check gravityscope.com first to make sure you could try to see if you could find any of these. Obviously use one of our codes, KG10 or Tide DG10 to get 10% off on that order. And then yeah, and you could potentially use any of these. Like I said, there's a flight pattern, so if you have any questions, definitely let us know. But as you see, like this is what it looks like. I'll throw it in the right hand version
Yeah,
because
it's like right is the more common.
we had it left-handed because it was, Sarah is left-handed, but obviously the escape. This is kind of just a brief like idea of what it looks like. This is obviously for a slower throw. So if you are throwing it in much more slower pace, that's basically what that means. This is how far it should go. Doesn't mean it's going to be exactly it, because there's also like variations of like wind read, how you pulled it or whatever. Does not mean it's going to go 325 feet the first time ever. You still have to do the proper form to get to that, but this is what it should potentially do. So as you see, if you throw it faster,
Wow, the difference.
yeah, it there's major difference with it. But
Yeah.
that is the escape. The heat we have her doing. Like I
So
said,
if for a beginner that's still learning, but they have like a faster arm, if they're just learning the disc or learning their stance, would you guys still recommend these like lighter disc, or would you recommend them a little bit heavier if they have an arm? Like, cause like I'm just like looking at the flight pattern. Like
mm,
obviously mine's gonna be the slower version because I do not have an arm at all. But like let's say like for example like dad, like he can throw pretty faster speed than I could. Would you still recommend, like you guys did, right, recommend these type of disc for him to learn?
yes, but max weight though.
So you a
So
heavier weight than what I would have.
yeah, so that's how, like, because of like the wind and stuff like that. It also it won't, like, he won't turn it over or whatever. It's a little bit easier to throw, but it's still in general. But this is what Kyle and I probably should have done. um I didn't throw half of these before. I've never thrown a diamond, never thrown a leopard, never thrown a pearl. Never thrown a T. Well, I did throw a T bird. Never thrown a Mako, but I definitely had the escape. That was like my ride or die. I did throw the heat. Zone. Obviously, I love the zone. I never was a fan of a buzz. But I had a mid range that I preferred, and yeah. But that's yeah. But anyways, yeah, Discraft Heat. A lot of the pros use that for rollers. If you are looking for a roller disc, that's a really nice roller disc. The diamond is absolutely cool. I probably should look into the diamond actually. See, just throw in my bag or something. I don't really know. No, I like my other ones a little bit more. Of course, Leopard 3, T-Bird, Discraft Buzz, Innova, I'm sorry, Innova, Mako, Discraft Zone, Lad 264 Pearl, Discraft Luna for her putting putter, and then also we have the MVP glitch, which basically is a frisbee. It's a hybrid.
I just
My
like the
brother,
feel of it.
and I, we took it out on the beach and would just play catch, which is it's just funny because literally it's a frisbee. Like you could easily just use it as a desk, and toss it back and forth, which is actually really cool. So, but yeah, I think that's your bag. Um, Anything you want to add on that, Kyle? Did we lose you? We might have lost him.
I think we lost him.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's frozen. He's thinking.
He's thinking.
He's back.
He's back.
I am back. I don't know what's going on.
We had a tour life moment.
We did.
No, we're asking if there's anything else you would like to add.
I don't think so. I think I am good. It's weird too because my internet's just fine. So I don't know what's going on with the connection between me and you, everyone.
Everyone. It may be because we are storming, so that it's
No,
just
I don't think so because we didn't drop anything on our end. I'm
oh,
watching the.
that's true.
I have the bar here of YouTube and it's high as it could be.
Oh,
But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, guys, if you want to check that out, definitely go to flightcharts.dgputterheads.com/my bag to create your virtual bag. Super great because, like I said, I'll show one more time. It actually shows you the flight patterns. So if you have an idea of what you like, or you have something like, for example, Kyle, what is one of your favorite discs that you love?
Grace.
The Grace. So 11 speed, obviously, I know that before we even jump into that because I love it.
All time favorite
It's in my
gray.
bag.
that's a beefy disc
Latitude 264 Grace, Kristen Tatar fans. This is what it looks like technically.
for a
For a
slower person.
slower, of course, and then you have the normal, and then you have fast. So it's a beautiful disc. I absolutely love it. Definitely get that at gravitydisco.com. But yeah, definitely that's a great one. To
A
have
strive.
a strive. Gosh, don't kill our people now. So he's talking about. I'll show you.
They don't have it on there.
Oh, they don't have it on here.
No, they don't.
It's latitude.
Unless I'm spelling it wrong.
No, that's the yep. Nope, that's what it is.
No, that's not it. Yeah, it's not popping up.
Latitude. Oh, nope. Nope. That's not it.
That's a striker.
Yeah.
That's funny. Do not get a destroyer for your first time, please. Do not. Even though they look
No.
great.
My
Even-
first disc was Fireberg, so I only threw forehand. So
Wasn't
works.
Yeah. Wasn't Cody's disc a destroyer?
No.
What's the one that he just like whips, but he's got an arm?
That's the was it the trespass? Was Captain American one was?
Yeah, I think it's the trespass. And the strive is the distance driver. It's a 13 speed, 5
Oh.
glide, -1
Yeah.
turn, and a 3 fade. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is.
Apparently I'm Blurry McGee over here.
You guys are both struggling today.
Well, my camera's always doing this. I need to just upgrade the camera because it's just blurring out for some reason. But other than that, guys, I think that's it for today. Keeping it easy, simple day. Like I said, very chill. It was super cool being able to build Rodney's bag.
We'll have to try it out.
We're gonna have to try it out. We got to.
It won't be perfect, everybody. I was never a frisbee thrower or a baseball thrower, but we're gonna go for it. I don't have a natural arm. I was a basketball player. Okay, so let's wing it. Let's try.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to get half of these discs. I think we could easily just do easy disc down, and also I think we could just throw some of the ones I have even too, just to have you play. But I definitely think at least the zone Luna glitch, we'll probably get the pearl and Mako, and I think that's it. We don't need you to get the leopard diamond, all that. That's just way too much for you right now. I think it'll just be easy for you to do the like I said, the smaller stuff. But
I just want to feel comfortable holding a disc. That's why I said the glitch felt nice because it felt like a regular disc to me. The other ones feel weird. So
yeah, and then I have several of those. So if you lose one, we're good. So, but other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being here. I'll definitely if you like this, definitely make sure you're sub. so that's you get your notifications the next time we go live. Very excited for talking to you guys next week, and definitely share this, and we'll have more content coming, and definitely be on the lookout for that video of me catting Sarah.
And we might not be live on Tuesday because you have a wedding on the 10th.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let you
Well, I
all
mean,
know.
like it's the show. No, it's a wedding show, but
Okay, so you will be home probably
it's an
before.
event. I don't think it's an actual wedding. It's a wedding show.
Okay, never mind then.
But yeah, I got to figure that out actually. I forgot that's actually coming up. But yes, we will talk to you guys hopefully soon, and hopefully you guys have a great day and a great night actually, because it's now 10:18. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys